One of my favorite things is when people visit the Hyrax hut. Squiggy would jump on people immediately. She was obsessed with guests. She was obsessed with anything that entered the door. I mean, a dozen eggs was also extremely interesting to her, but she wouldn't squeal with delight about the eggs. She would just check them all out. But with people, she wanted to be on them, and the higher, the better. So this is a video of a lot of great, stupid stuff with her on people. And stay tuned to the end because I have two of my favorite videos where she is, it's premium quality. I would just skip to the end because that's just like the very best. Squiggy liked to be on me since the day she came into my house. She was always trying to be on my face when I didn't want it. And although she wasn't always doing this, it was one of her favorite things was just to be on people, guests of all kinds. Didn't really matter who you were. If you were a guest in the house, you were her favorite, and she would even ignore me. She'd find the gruffest person and make him smile, that's for sure. Yeah, she would literally ignore me. Now, see they're wearing hats? That's actually a fairly good idea sometimes. Not everyone knew to do this, and they didn't all need to. But the thing is that Squiggy was pretty good at just getting really comfortable, looking around, buttering you up, making you feel like everything's real cool. And she would be photogenic and look for the camera, but then she'd get a little cheeky. And if you had dreadlocks, there was more than one occasion when she would just get nice and comfy and snap. She would actually bite off a dreadlock. So Zed didn't have to worry about that because he didn't have any hair. But Zed once said that Squiggy is the real joy bringer. Everyone who comes into the house smiles. But she liked to nap on people, that's for sure. And she also liked to nap with people. If that was an option, boy, she was going to do it. And so that's a good one. But, she also would sleep on me if I was sick. Quite a few times. I had some pretty bad flus, or I had to get malaria once. And she was all right, Darren, I got good bedside manner. I'm going to be right on your face. And so she would do that. And I thought that was pretty special that she would actually, do that. Maybe it was just the extra heat from a fever. I don't know, but she was always there. But, it was my dad that she was really attached to. And Dad really liked her. He would sometimes say from the back room, "This sure is a weird animal." And I'd say, "Dad, you want me to come get her?" And he's like, No, she's okay. But I think what she liked was that bald spot. All the heat that, you wear a hat because your head is what makes all the heat leave your body is through your head, I suppose. And so the top of your head is probably the warmest. And so she would sit on his bald spot. She'd walk around and do the best she could to get all four paws onto that bald spot. That was pretty cool. But she didn't have to be on heads. She didn't have to be. No, if it was warm, she would find another shelf to sit on. And so I got a few pictures of that. I think it's hilarious. But anyway, the thing about Hyrax is that one of the special things about them is the lack of nails. They don't have nails or claws. They have one nail on one toe of each back foot. But they have pretty flexible paws, feet, hands, whatever you want to call them. And because they're slightly moist, like you wouldn't feel moisture, but they're probably slightly moist, they are rubbery, and I would say that, and if you see them, they look like they have abs. The abdominal muscles in the middle of their hands. They're kind of buff, but they also have a texture that is like an eraser. The erasers you can buy to put on your pencil eraser, the ones that are a little more flexible, the sort of thin ones that work as a cap. That's like what a Hyrax foot is made out of, that stuff. It was slightly moist and full of muscle. And so they can really grip to most surfaces. They can't really grip to, oh geez, there's a bicycle outside. They can't really grip to cloth, like a cat could use its claws to climb up a curtain. Hyrax can't do that. But when it comes to wood and stone or anything that has a little bit of texture to it, and I guess somehow human skin is part of it. When I first had Lenny and Squiggy, they would just stand on the backs of my hands while I was using my computer. But ultimately, she liked to be as high as possible. That was always fun for her. And of course, people loved to play fun and games with her. And she and my guests would ignore me completely while they came into the house because it was guest and Squiggy time whenever anyone visited. Now, I had visitors from all over the world. This guy was actually crossing the world in a bicycle. And then guys, all kinds of people. And this is the woman who actually owns the place. She'd stick her tongue up your nose sometimes. Kids liked her too. We had kids come in from different places. So I promised that there would be some good videos at the end, and there are. The next one is so cool. It's my friend from Puerto Rico who she just was absolutely enamored with him. And I managed to get a video of her just nonstop flirting with him, followed by the best video of my dad.
¿Qué pasó? Dime. Cuéntame. ¿Qué esta gente te tienen así? Sí, yo sé, mi amor. Es verdad. Todo el día aquí, todo el día así. Y ahora tiene que venir aquí para entonces estar entretenido. Yo sé. ¿Te vas conmigo? Vete conmigo. She knows I'm a gentleman.
So this is my dad, and he's eating breakfast one morning. He was so patient. I just love it. He had a few comments.
I see this wants to have her picture taken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's probably right. She probably wanted her photo taken. No, she just loved being on him, and he loved having her there. I lost my dad about a year after I lost Squiggy, and that was been the saddest times of my life, you know. But I'm glad he got to see her and spend time with her.
What's he gonna do? Stay up there all day?
So that's it from the Hyrax hut. Just wanted to show you video and pictures of Hyraxes on heads. Thank you everybody for watching. There's a lot of cool videos, and I guess sometimes a lot of those guys on Instagram help send me money to buy to pay for the refurb of my hard drive. I would have lost all the video of my dad and of Squiggy if it wasn't for people becoming subscribers and doing the buy me a coffee thing. That really helped, and so I got to do that. And so my pleasure to share with you. Keep tuned in if you want to see more ridiculous stuff. And thanks. I appreciate you watching. Squig. I miss her. She was the fuzziest, by the way. Like, that's the fuzziest animal. It's like a live Beanie Baby. Awesome. All right. Peace out.